behavior will be keep on change consumers to consumer, okay, based on the collected information. Each and every consumer, they try to go for evaluating before purchasing if there is any substitute are available. Sociological model, which is completely talking related to the society, okay, so in this society only the real consumers we are able to identify. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all. I am Natesh, lecturer in Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, MYSURU, the Temple of Excellence. So we are in the Unit 5, Section 2, first semester BCom, Consumer Behavior, and today my agenda is Consumer Buying Decisions process, which is completely the model which is talking related to the consumer buying decisions process, okay. So moving forward, there are different types of models we are able to identify. The first model is here economical model. So the economical, the word only it is suggesting which is you can say it is a economical man model also, which is same, okay. In this model the consumer follow the principles of maximum utility based on the law of diminishing marginal utility, because whenever the man is taking a decisions which is related to economical factor, using a small amount of money they are trying to get a maximum benefits, so which is related to the complete economical factors, disposal of income, which is talking related to the disposal of income, how the man is spending, what kind of a product they are depending for every day. So the consumer want to spend the minimum amount for maximize his gain, because any economical man they are trying to spend 1 rupee, because when they are ready to spend for 1 rupee, of course they are getting a benefit from the product or utility to fulfill the needs. So if the spending less amount, they are expecting a maximum gain, they are expecting maximum utility, they are expecting. So next, here there are mainly focus on here the economic, which is related to 5 price effect, substitute effect and income effect. The price effect, which is related to when the man is try to spend very cheaper compared to any other competitor product, okay, the man is taking a decision, okay, at the time of purchasing based on the price, how it is very influencing for the buyer. The lesser price of the product, more will be the quantity of purchase, because there are different types of competitors are offering a different types of product. The similar nature, when the consumers are identifying, they are trying to purchase in the less quantity, less price only, they are trying to purchase more quantity. So next one, substitution effect means what? Any particular company are offering, of course the consumers are, they are trying to search for the substitute product. If it is cheaper compared to your company product, if other company product are offering a very low price, okay, so the maximum they are getting benefit from the substitute company or substitute product, we can say here. Lesser the price of this substitute product, they are trying to, whenever they are trying to go for purchasing, before that they are trying to find out if there is any substitute product, if compared to product A the cost and the product B cost, they are trying to go for comparing, okay. So based on the price factor, less will be the utility of original product brought. So definitely they are trying to fulfill the utility, so they want to satisfy getting the substitute product. So next one, income effect. If the economic, the man, the consumer income is increased, they are ready to spend for too many, they are ready to purchase many product, because the income level is increased, the quantity also increased, okay, the demand also we are able to expect here. So when more income is earned, more money is available, more will be the quantity purchase, because at the time when he is working in the clerk, so the income earning level is less. When he is promoted for the manager or any other, the income source is generating every day, so of course they are trying to spend for too many product, they are trying to purchase too many product. So this model, according to behavioral scientist, this model is which is mainly focusing on the behavioral scientist, okay. So it is not complete to assume the homogeneity of the market, because we are not able to depend on the because in the homogeneous product, which is we are able to identify the similar product are offered by the different company. So we need to study the consumer psychology. So here the consumer, how the behavior will be keep on change towards the 3 factors of the price and substitute and income. Similarity of the buyer behavior and concentrate only on the product product and price, because what kind of similarity we are able to compare when the consumers are there, try to go for switching and other product, keeping the three factors. So it ignore all the other aspects such as the perception, motivation, learning, attitude, personality and social culture factor, because here they are not focusing any other factors, whatever it is there, perception, motivation, they are trying to go for completely economical factors. Okay, so it is important to have a multiple disciplinary approach, because the consumers to consumer, their income level, their economical factors, okay, the substitute preference, which is completely changed. So as a human being or complex entity are influenced by the external, because the human beings, how they are behaving towards the company product, whatever the company is offering and the service are providing, so which is completely influencing by the external factors and internal factors. So thus the price is not only factor influencing the decisions making, and the economical model according to scientists have a shortcoming, because when the company, any company, unless they are not studying the consumer behavior using the different types of models, whatever we are discussing in this session. Next, a second model which is related to psychological model. So the name only it is suggesting, which is completely consumer psychology factor. We need to study the consumer psychology, because unless you're not any particular company, they're not studying the consumer psychology. So of course the right product will be offered to the right customers. Okay, so the psychology have been investigated by the cause which lead to purchase and decisions making. If any consumers are there every day, they are depending routine product, whatever they frequently they are purchasing, either occasionally they are purchasing, how the psychology will be keep on change consumers to consumer as a company they want to study. This has been answered by the A.H. Maslow in his hierarchy need. In the hierarchy need, the Maslow's hierarchy, which is completely depending on the motivation. Okay, so the behavior of an individual at a particular time is determined by his strongest need at that time. Okay, because the human beings are always depending on the number of needs fulfilled by the individual consumer. How it is Maslow's hierarchy needs will be in the next slides. You can see the one image. So this is also show that the needs have been priority, because they according to the priority, the consumer priority only, they are trying to fulfill the needs. Okay. The first they have satisfied the basic needs. Once they satisfy the basic needs, which is related to food, cloth, shelter, so which is related to the basic requirement, and then they are try to go for the secondary needs. Then they are try to go for, after fulfilling the basic requirement, then they are try to go for the secondary needs. The purchasing process and behavior is governed by the motivational force, because Maslow's is always keeping the concept which is related the motivation finding. Okay, how the consumers are motivated or employees are motivated, so the which is related to motivation force. Motivation stimulate means what? It is something like encouragement. Okay, so we are trying to create motivator. Okay, so the people into action. So unless you are not encouraging the people or consumers, of course they are not trying to go for taking a next step. Motivation start with the need, because motivations completely the consumers are depending on too many needs they want to satisfy. Of course motivation, if you try to do for the right time motivation, they will take a benefit for that. It is a driving force and also mental phenomena, because the consumers to consumer, employee to employee, their mindset will be completely unique. So that motivations will be completely the consumers are required for the motivations. Need arise when one is deprived in the something. A tension is created in the mind of the individual, which lead to goal directed behavior which satisfy the needs, because the consumers when they are trying to go for when the marketers they are trying to go for studying the behavior based on the motivation, based on the needs, of course they can take a right, they can offer a right product for the right consumers. Once need is satisfied, a new need arise and the process will continue, because nobody can give a full stop for the human beings needs, because which is going further continuations. Okay, so one need is completed, you are fulfilled one needs, then we try to go for next need, because the desire cannot be measured here moving forward. So here the psychology model, the Maslow's hierarchy needs, so what and all the basic needs, which is physiological needs. The food is compulsory, the basic requirement, food, water, warm, rest, because which is very shelter. So there are too many basic requirement are fulfilled. Okay, now they, once the basic need is satisfied, then they try to go for the safety need, which is related to the security in the life and safety in the life. That's why they try to go for, those who are working, they try to go for life insurance. Okay, this is related to the security and safety. And belongingness and love needs, so which is related to you, because when you are living in the society, you are not alone, you need your friend circle. Okay, you are maintaining a intimated relationship and friends. Okay, of course that is a requirement is there for the now. And now esteem needs, which is nothing but your ego needs, or esteem needs means something like a prestige you are showing in the society, or feeling and accomplishment, which is a good image, reputation is required for the human beings. Self-acquisition needs, achieving one full potential and including creative activity. The self-fulfillment, because they want to realize themselves for using the self-acquisitions here. So here the first, the self-acquisition, which is related to self-fulfillment needs, and next one, this one esteem and belongingness, love, which is related to the psychological needs, and the basic, the safety and physiological needs, which is related to the basic needs. Okay, moving forward. So third one, Pavlovian learning model. This model, which is learning how the human beings or consumers are learning day by day. Okay, from the childhood to adult or senior. Okay, so the completely they are depending on the learning system, how it is influencing. This model is named after the Russian psychologist Ivan Pavlov. He is experimented on dog. Okay, just for he conducted one experiment using a dog concept, which is related to the one experiment, and observed how it is responded on the call of a bell, and presented it with the piece of meat. Because at the time of conducting a experiment which is related to dog, of course you need to go for the studying the keeping something factors which is related to the experiment. The dog is one kind of dog experiment we are in this Pavlov is conducted experimented. Okay, so at the time of bell ringing, the dog is when it is coming. Okay, of course you are not able to see the saliva in the dog. Okay, you are not able to observe the saliva. When you kept a piece of meat, of course you can observe the saliva. Okay, whatever it is coming. So the response were the measured by the amount of saliva secreted by the dog. You are not able to observe the saliva. So after keeping the meat, you are able to observe the saliva from the dog. So learning is defined as a change in the behavior, because how the dog is based on the experiment, how it is behaving. Okay, so you need to observe, okay, very carefully. So as a marketers, they will study different types of model using the customer priority based. Okay, so which occur the practice and based on the previous experience. Okay, so each and every time you are trying to go for something modification, we are able to find out something extraordinary result. So this is important marketer as well as. So the learning process consists of the following factors. That one is a drive. Here the marketers, they are using a advertising is a main force, for which is a drive force, so you can say here. So this is a strong internal stimuli. Stimuli is nothing but a encourage or motivation. Okay, so which implies the actions because of the drive. Okay, because you are as a marketer, they are trying to create awareness with the help of advertising. So you are just a driving force you are using for the sales promotion or advertising. So just for educate the consumers how they will behave, how they are updating, how they are learning. A person is stimulated to action, fulfill the desire, because unless you're not stimulated, you're not encouraging, you're not motivating, of course the consumers are not showing the interest to take a decisions for the purchasing. Okay, now drives can be inborn because too many consumers are always they are learning. There are three types of learning process we are able to. One is read and observe and practice. Okay, so based on the learning process only, many consumers are inborn learning, means which seem to be a psychological needs such as hunger, thirsty, pain, cold, sex, etc., which is related to completely when you are feeling thirsty. Okay, you can express because you already how you are feeling with the help of learning whatever which is related to the hunger or pain when you are getting pain. So which is also one kind of a symptom which is providing. Learned drive such as striving the status of social approval, because everybody they are living in this society, they want to learn. There are too many products are offered to end consumers. They want to get an idea, they want to get a clarity towards the product and service whatever it is offering, how they are updating their knowledge. So that is very important for the learning model. Moving forward, next a Pavlovian learning model which is continue here. The causes are weak stimuli that determine when the buyer will respond, because when the encouragement or motivation, the weaker section, if you try to focus, because you are able to identify number of causes here. So the first one, triggering clue. Triggering clue means we already this activity, this active the decisions process for the any purchase, any consumers are they will be active because of trigger causes whatever it is influencing. Okay, next one, non-triggering clues means this influence the decision process but do not activate because they are not activated, because they are not motivated, they are not encouraged. So that one, these are two kinds. One is product clue and information clue. Product clue means actually every customers or consumers, they are collecting information, they are depending information from the external source. Okay, so which is the external stimuli received from the product directly. That is color of package, weight, style, price, because the consumers are getting an idea, the consumers are getting information from the external source. That is a product clue. Okay, there are too many products, how they are get to know. And now one information clue, anything the consumers before they are purchasing, they try to depend on the information getting from the external source. Okay, so which is the external stimuli which provide information about the product, like advertising, because with the help of advertising, okay, with the help of social media, when the products availability, the product the consumers are aware about the product or service whatever it is offered by the company. Sales promotion, talking to another people, suggestion of salesperson. The consumer, they will get to know the product towards the product and service whatever it is availability, and which company are offering, what benefits they are finding, okay, from the product. So all they will get to know with the help of external source. So response is what the buyer does, okay, the buy or does not buy. If they get to know the product whatever it is real requirement based on the consumer's requirement, okay, either they can purchase, either they can buy, or they can reject the offer. Moving forward, next one, we are in fourth one, input, process and output model. So which is input, process and output, because every consumers are getting a lot of information, because there are million of product are offered to the end consumer. How they are trying to collect information about the, so they are trying to go for collecting all the information. This is a simple model of consumer behavior. Behavior will be keep on change consumers to consumer, okay, based on the collected information, how they process, what kind of decisions they are taking at the time of purchasing, in which the input of the customers in the firm, marketing effort, because the input whatever they collecting the product means you are able to identify, in case of a physical product, price, place, promotion, everything they want to get to know, the consumer want to get to know. So about the product, price, promotion, place, and the social environmental which is related to the product, where the society, the consumers are located. Of course they want to study the complete social environmental. The social environmental consists the family, reference group, culture, social class. Because of too many products are offered different based on the psychology, based on the demographical factor, because you need to study as a marketers, as a company, they want to study before offering a product. Okay, what is the family life cycle, family size, and the reference group, how they get to know this product or service. Okay, the reference group, and because of culture factor and the social class. Okay, so etc., which influence the decisions making process, because every consumers are somewhere they are depending on the information about the product they want to collect. Before taking any right decision, they try to depend on number of resource, number of information, so which is related to decisions making process. Both these factors together constitute the input in the mind of the consumer, because unless they are not getting information about a product and service for the consumer, of course they are not taking a right decisions for purchasing. Now next one, under this first one, need recognition. As a consumers to consumer, their need will be varied. Just now in the last slide, I have explained the Maslow's hierarchy needs. Every consumers they try to prioritize the basic needs they want to fulfill first. Okay, then they try to go for the remaining 4 needs. When one is aware of want, tension is created, and one choose a product to satisfy the need, because in the different types of consumer we are able to identify. Every consumer, they are try to give a first priority for the basic requirement, then only they are try to go for other needs. Okay, there is also possibility that the person may be aware of the product before it is need is recognized. So every consumers they are involved some other activity, or using a Android phone, they are get to know the product, somebody is referred, so in the advertisement or display or window display. Okay, so they get to know the real requirement. It is not there right now. In future, whenever they try to purchase the product, they are try to recall the product whatever they seen. This is indicated by the arrow going both way from the need and the product and vice versa. Either the product, as soon as they observed or seen, immediately they can purchase, or they can keep for future purchasing. Okay, so definitely the vice versa we are able to identify. Next, once you need recognition, okay, now product awareness, because the ultimate the company want to create awareness about the product. Of course, the consumers, they will get to know using the company or adapted a different they implemented promotional strategy. So using the promotional strategy, they created awareness about the product. Product awareness can be had from the advertisement or exposure to different types of media or by social circle, because any specific product, if you are offering based on the STP segmentation, target, position, so you need to identify, as a company want to study the STP perfectly, so then only they try to go for creating where exactly your consumers are located, how you can focus, how you are creating awareness. So just the awareness and the need lead to be the building of interest, because unless the company are not creating awareness, the consumers, how they will get to know the product or service offered by the company. In some case, the interest may also break down, and the decisions process also stop, may be postponed for the time being. So at the time of requirement, when the consumer, they are trying to take a decision, because few consumers they get to know before purchasing the product only, so they either they can take an immediate decision, or they can postpone for the future day, whenever it is required for the product. Okay, so for their utility. Fourth one, evaluation. Each and every consumer, they try to go for evaluating before purchasing if there is any substitute are available, based on the price factors, based on the benefits, based on the characteristic of the product. So they try to go for evaluating. So evaluation may consist of getting more information about the product and comparing and contrast with its other product, because any product, any company are offering a unique product which is not offered by any competitor. Okay, definitely they try to go for evaluating. The consumer have a right time to right decision they are taking, where at the time of purchasing they are try to compare with the price, they are try to compare with the different features, the different characters, attributes they are finding. Okay, so different types. When the consumer are decided to purchase the laptop, so they have a plenty of opportunity. Either they can go for Dell, Samsung, or a different HP brand. Okay, so they try to evaluate based on the configuration, based on the price, based on the after sales survey. Okay, so every customers are going for evaluating. This can be done theoretically by taking a trial, because after purchasing, after spending money, we cannot go for trial. So before that they try to collect all the information. Okay, so once the evaluation is completed, the consumer interest may be either build up and he has intentions to buy. So after evaluator, he will get to know which product, which brand is giving more maximum benefits, okay, maximum utility. So the consumers then they are try to go for purchasing that product. He may lose interest and the decision process may be again stop and it will be postponed. So sometime when the consumers are, they try to go for finalizing the purchasing the product, so that time whatever they are expecting the benefit or financial assistance, so they are not finding any support. Okay, of course they can try to go for postponing the decisions for the next future date. Next one, intention, because any customers they want to, as a consumer, the intentions is very important. So once there is a intentions to purchase the product, the consumer goes ahead and act and purchase the product, because the intentions level, the degree of intentions we are able to identify. The consumer always behave something differently. At the time of before purchasing, their intention is different. After purchasing, their intention is different. At the time of purchasing any specific product, their intentions level you have to check. The intention level will be varied from the consumers to consumer. So once the product is purchased, it is used to fulfill the needs, and the more product is used, the more consumer become aware of the positive and negative point of the product. The intention, just now I told before purchasing and after purchasing, their intention level, what exactly they expected from this product. So if they are not satisfied, which will lead to the dislike, okay, which lead to the complaint rising. So if they really like, so they can refer for different customer. Okay, so based on the completely intention. So the post purchasing behavior, now as a consumer after purchasing the product, how they are behaving. Okay, so based on the assured benefit whatever the company is offered. Okay, so after purchase and use of the product, the customer is satisfied, then no problem. So he is happy and goes in the for repeated purchase, for recommend to the some his friend and acquaintance. Okay, because the product level, the satisfactions level, if the customers or consumers are satisfied from this product, of course they can go for next purchasing, or they can refer other consumers, other set of peoples. Okay, those who are involved in this social class. However, the customer are dissatisfaction, the discontinue for purchasing the product and build a negative attitude towards it, so which may be harmful to the company. So if the consumers, if they are not at all satisfied from using this product or getting a utility from the product, if it is going for the negative impression for the company product moving forward. So next one, sociological model, which is completely talking related to the society. Okay, so in this society only the real consumers we are able to identify. So according to the theory of individual decisions, the behavior quite often influenced by the family and the society, because the family members, okay, the consumers, okay, which is completely depending on the society. You need to study the social class or society basis only the company are studying. Okay, so he gets an influence by it, and in turn also influence the path of the development, because the company are producing the product. Before the producing the product, they try to go for studying the society, environmental. Okay, so they try to collect what exactly the consumers are expecting, what exactly the consumer needs, based on the preference, based on the color. When the company are studying, of course they try to go for offering a best product for the right time. He play many role as part of the formal and informal association and organization, that is the family members and employee of the firm, the member of the professional forum, and as a active member of a formal cultural organization. In this society only we are able to identify different types of members, we are able to identify different types of professions, we are able to identify. So individual company, whatever they are offering, of course they want to study much better for these social factors. Hence is a largely influenced by the group in which he is a member, because the society basis only as a company are offering a too many product. Okay, you meeting the different requirement for the different members or different peoples. So for example, the decisions may be made by one, actual buying may be done by other. Suppose in the family, son is decided to purchase one car. Okay, so other family members are how they are influencing, so how they are motivating, how they going to study about the whatever they are trying to, before they are trying to purchasing a car. Okay, either they are giving a priority for the seat, either they are giving a priority for the economical factor, either which is completely depending for son requirement. So you need to study. So the final decisions maker you need to identify, and the product is used by yet another member of the family, because the father is just providing, they are purchasing a two-wheeler for son, so the father is a real purchaser here. You can say the decisions maker is father, so the son requirement the father is fulfilling. Of course you need to study, as a marketers you need to study. So here the marketer take decisions to buy the tiny cycles for the child, and the cycle is purchased by the father and the user is the child, because the child requirement the fulfilled by the father, the finally the decisions maker is the father. But because the company they want to study the complete family, who is the decisions maker, okay, who is the real user, so they want to study each and every factors. And next under sociological models only, this is concerned with the society. I clearly told which is concerned with the society. Any marketers, if they are not studied completely on society, so a consumer is a part of society. A consumer can be either industrial consumer or individual domestical consumer, so which is located in the society. So and he may be member of many group in the society. He may be dependent or independent, or dependent always they are expecting from the independent. Okay, so those who are earning, those who are not earning, okay, those who are independent, those who are dependent. So as a company they want to study. Of course his buying behavior is influencing by this group. Okay, primary group of family, friends and close associated exert a lot of influence on the buying. So at the time of buying, if you don't have any idea, you are trying to take an opinion or suggestions from other people's other circle, like a friend circle or colleagues or co-workers or family members. So a consumer may be member of political party where his dress norms are different, because see, according to the situation as a consumers are behaving, when they are going for temple, they try to follow the temple culture. According to situation the consumer are behaving. If any family members is a political, so he is always try to wear for white dress. Okay, so different types of consumers having a different requirement. As a member of the elite organization, is a dress requirement may be different, because we can't compare when the politicals they are wearing for white dress, the delight members or a managing directors or very highly reputed person, they are wearing a different cloths, they are giving a priority for different cloth. So thus he has to buy things that conform is the lifestyle in the different group, because a different group we are able to identify how they are behaving according to situation, according to condition. Okay, so this and all everything they were marketers want to study. Keep on watch for next section. Thank you.